Well, the book is finally available. Good morning, subscribers. For quite some time I've been talking about I was going to release a book. And originally the title of that book was going to be Culture Shockwave. But after scanning Barnes & Noble and Amazon, there were several titles out there that already were listed as Culture Shockwave. And I wanted something a little different. So after running it by my wife and a friend or two, I asked about this title right here. But hey, what do I know? And everyone, and it wasn't that many, that I asked about this title affirmed that they thought that would be a very catchy title. And so the book is available now on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Now there's 2 copies available on Barnes & Noble. You can either get the paperback, which is going to be a retail price of $19.99, or the hardback, which is going to be a retail price of $29.99. Now I didn't set the price of the book, the publisher did, my publisher did. It's 221 reading pages, and that's what they based the price on. It's on Amazon. It's also available in paperback and hardcover as well, but you can also get it in the ebook format for $3.99 on Amazon, Kindle or whatever they call it. I think Barnes & Noble is Nook. I'm not sure if it's available in the Nook version, but I know it is available in the ebook Kindle version on Amazon for $3.99. I do encourage you to purchase the book, and what I'd like you to do is read the book and review the book. I don't care if you agree with it or not. I don't care if you have a good review or bad review. All I ask is that you give me your honest feedback. Now I'm just going to run through a little bit of what I talk about in the book. As many of you on this channel know, I talk about a lot of black issues, and so the book is going to be no different. And when I originally started out writing this book, I was going to do a history book. And the more I studied, I said, man, we have a lot of those already. We have a lot of black history books out there already. We have a lot of websites and everything out there as well that'll give you timelines of black history. And we have Black History Month as well. And then I thought about encompassing some aspects of slavery in the book. And the more I started to study and read books on slavery, I just realized there wasn't going to be enough space in this book to really address the slavery issue like I wanted to. Not to say that it's not important, because it is, but it's just what was not enough room to do it in this work right here. If I would have left the book as it was, it would have been well over 500 or 600 pages. And in today's climate, that's really, I guess, pressing to expect people to sit down and read a book. Now, I will read a book that long if it holds my interest. And I believe I've put some content together that will hold your interest. But just want to let you know, there might be another book forthcoming after this one, because I did remove about 4 to 5 chapters out of this one. The book is 10 chapters long, and I did include a lot of historical aspects. I did include small bits of slavery, and there are a few other things. It's a little motivational writing in there. It's some psychological writing in there. It's some biblical writing in there. And so I encompass quite a few things in the work. I put what I figure is a combined effort into a book that I had never seen done before. And so I start off with the book, and I titled chapter 1, The Foundation. And I'm talking about the black man. Well, I mean, the book can be applied to any culture or race across the spectrum, but I'm a black guy and I'm writing on black culture and behavior instead of the slavery and the historical aspect. Because if we're going to advance as a people, we're going to need to change our mentality. You know, it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're going to have to change our mentality. Because we've made significant gains politically since the 1960s, but those are the only gains we've made as a people. So chapter 1, I start out talking about the black man, and I titled that The Foundation. And I'm going to address some things in the book. Each chapter is going to address some things that people might not be comfortable with. But it's our comfort that's got us in this position. We've become comfortable in our discomfort as a people. Miles Monroe said, we want to be delivered from the oppressor, but somehow we don't want to be delivered from the oppression. So there are going to be some things that are going to, come across that might challenge your core belief system. And that was my objective. Chapter 2, I titled The Character of Our Women. Because Mary McLeod Bethune said, the true worth of a race must be measured by the character of our womanhood. Chapter 3, I titled it, Why Do We Black the Way We Do, instead of Why Do We Act the Way We Do. And in that chapter, I'm talking about our behavior. Chapter 4 is titled A Short-Term Economic Solution. And in this chapter, I talk about why we place so much emphasis on sports over anything else as a people. Chapter 5, I talk about the road to independence. And I talk about the success of some of our ancestors and how some of these men and women were multimillionaires before we made all of our advancements in the 60s. And so, it's going to show you, historically as well, some of the things that we accomplished as a people. Chapter 6, I titled it Our Economic System Paradise, and why we have a love affair with socialism as a people. Chapter 7, I titled it We Need a Climate Change. And this chapter is talking about our blind political loyalty and allegiance. Chapter 8, I titled it Who Are We Kidding? Pimping Is Easy. And I dive into a topic that's almost taboo in the black culture. And I'm talking about the most destructive institution in our community, and that's the black church. Chapter 9, I talk about the double-minded society. I call it the double-minded society. And I talk about how the rest of society perceives black America. Nobody's exempt from it. And I mean, nothing's 100% because you don't have all white people that hate black people. You don't have all black people hate white people. But with the climate of the country right now, that's the way it seems. And we don't understand what's going on and who's setting us up to have this division. So I dive into that, and in chapter 10 are my closing thoughts on some things I've experienced, some things I've watched happen. And, like I said, just closing out, because I originally was going to do author notes at the end of this chapter. And I said, no, let me just do a whole chapter on that, and since I took the other chapters out. And it's going to, like I said, 221 pages. It's going to be a real simple read. It's going to be citations in there for some of the things where you can go and check it out yourself. And like I said, I do ask when you purchase the book that you also go to Amazon and leave your comments in the review section. Like I said, I have thick skin. I'm not worried about if it's a bad review, but hopefully it's a positive review. That's what I would prefer, as most people would, a positive review on the book. Like I said, 221 pages, very, very down to earth, simple read. Talk to you guys later.